The MMA world is once again buzzing with speculation as Olympic gold medalist Gable Steveson continues to be linked with a potential UFC future. Now, several voices across MMA media are offering a bold prediction. Steveson could become a UFC champion as early as 2026, dubbed by some as Brock Lesnar 2.0. Steveson's rare blend of elite wrestling, athleticism, and star power has fueled growing belief that he could fast-track his way to the top of the sport. Why Gable Steveson draws Brock Lesnar comparisons? The comparison to Brock Lesnar isn't accidental. Like Lesnar, Steveson comes from an elite wrestling background, boasts exceptional size and explosiveness, and carries crossover appeal beyond just 24 years old. Steveson already has an Olympic gold medal in freestyle wrestling, world-class strength and speed experience, competing under intense pressure, a mainstream profile that the UFC values. MMA analysts believe these traits could translate quickly if developed correctly. The path to UFC gold isn't simple despite the hype. MMA media has also urged caution. Wrestling dominance alone doesn't guarantee UFC success, especially in divisions stacked with well-rounded fighters. Steveson would need to develop high-level striking defense, adjust to MMA pacing and cage control, gain real fight experience against seasoned opponents, avoid being rushed too quickly into elite matchups. Some analysts argue that a rapid rise is possible, but only with the right team and smart matchmaking. Why 2026 is being mentioned? The 2026 timeline assumes Steveson enters MMA soon and progresses aggressively, but strategically. With proper development, media members believe his wrestling could overwhelm many early opponents, allowing him to climb the rankings faster than a typical prospect. If history is any guide, Brock Lesnar captured UFC gold just 4 fights into his MMA career, proof that exceptional athletes can defy traditional timelines. Skeptics versus believers, not everyone is convinced. Critics point out that modern MMA is far more technical than it was during Lesnar's rise, with champions now excelling in striking, grappling, and fight IQ. Still, believers argue Steveson's athletic ceiling is so high that he could force the division to adapt to him, not the other way around. What a Steveson title run would mean for the UFC if Gable Steveson were to become UFC champion, it would represent one of the fastest rises in modern MMA history, a major crossover star for the promotion, validation of elite wrestling as a championship base, a new generation's version of Brock Lesnar. It would also reshape expectations for how quickly elite athletes can transition into MMA. Final thoughts: can Gable Steveson truly become a UFC champion in 2026? It's a bold prediction, but not an impossible one. With elite wrestling, unmatched athleticism, and the right development path, Brock Lesnar 2.0 may have the tools to shock the MMA world. Whether the hype becomes reality now depends on one thing: how fast he evolves once the cage door closes.